Hey guys, welcome back to another flashlight review, and this is the Brinyte ZT40, and it's another one of these zoomable flashlights out there, and it comes with this white LED in my version anyway, but there are a few other colored LED versions you can select. It's a zoomable flashlight, as you can see, just sort of twist the head, and it's got this kind of compact tactical style design, pushes out 1650 lumens, and it can throw a beam of 500 meters. So pretty impressive considering that the head isn't as large as some other zoomables. I'll have them up on screen later. And yeah, this is ideal for outdoors use, general field use, maybe just a light that you need to spot something from a distance, but also have the flexibility to put it onto that flood mode. I think this is perfect for some of you who are looking for an adjustable focused flashlight that isn't as bulky as some of the other options out there. So it's a very simple UI. Essentially just press the tail switch. Okay, and there's two modes. You can half press as well to swap between the low high mode. So I'll just keep it on low for so that I don't blind myself, and basically just screw the head in like that to alter the beam. And I'm surprised at how clean the beam looks as well, no artifacts. Another thing I should mention is that it has this design here, allowing you to access the USB-C charging port, one of my favorite little designs. So let's have a look at what you get in the box. So you get the flashlight itself. Brinyte also include a 21700 cell, so 5000 milliamp hour cell, and it comes with a protection circuit, thankfully. And let's have a look at what else you get in the box. You get this instruction manual, of course. Now, Brinyte also provides this little card, so you get a 2-year warranty already with the flashlight, but if you register the light, you get an additional 3 years on top of that, though there is a limited lifetime warranty where Brinyte will service the flashlight for free, but you do need to pay for the replacement parts. And there is also some little accessories in here. I don't normally use these, and especially with I've got a whole bag of these O-rings, but yeah, a couple of those, and also a lanyard. You've also got a USB-C charging cable, and of course this little carry case, which is a nice little touch. Okay, so here is my Brinyte ZT40 next to a few other flashlights that I own. I think the most glaring comparison would be with some of these other zoomable flashlights. So with the Brinyte, you've got this kind of twisting action in order to focus the beam. And I've got my LED Lenser P6R Core QC, which uses a more pull and retract kind of system. Got the Convoy Z1, does also use this same system. It is a bit more clunky though, and it does make some noise, as you guys, some of you will know. I've reviewed that one in the past, but there's no issue at all with the ZT40. Feels really smooth, well lubricated. And, you know, that's my Convoy M21B. You can see the battery tubes of all these 21700 cell flashlights are pretty similar in diameter. It's just the head, really, that's the difference. And here's the Brinyte PT16A, 3000 lumen SFT70 flashlight, also from Brinyte. And it does have a slightly more compact head, as you can see. But other than that, from the neck down, it looks almost identical. And I thought I'd just chuck this one in as well, my LumenTop W2, which also has the SFT25R in there. So here's a little close-up of the Brinyte ZT40, and it's made out of 6061 aluminium with this hard anodized finish. The machining is excellent quality, no nicks and burrs, no imperfections or sharp spots, and the anodizing is it's got this sort of shiny look to it, slightly slippery as well, but it's a good thing that there is decent amount of grip on there, decent amount of knurling, and yeah, it feels premium in your hand. It's definitely a step above many of the budget options out there. And yeah, I really like that this cigar grip thing is there. It just kind of helps to plant your hand in that spot and give you a bit more leverage, a bit more confidence in pressing that button. It's not going to fall out of your hand. The light is operated by this single tail switch here on the rear, and it's got this rubber boot on the back, forward clicky, so you can half press to cycle the two modes, and the rotating zoom head, like I was showing you before. Can also access the LED. I'll do that later just to compare another LED to it. And the USB-C port, like I was showing in the beginning of the video, is hidden underneath here, underneath the head, which is, again, one of my favorite designs because it's the best of both worlds. You have that protection from water, impact, stuff getting in and damaging the flashlight, but still be able to have onboard charging, because a lot of these tactical style or tactical flashlights don't have the port on there for that reason. The clip feels really rigid and durable, great for putting onto your belt. And you also get this cigar grip there, which you can remove if you want to. Just got to pull out the tail cap and just remove it. There are some additional accessories as well that you can purchase, like this finger grip that just goes around and you hold it like that. Okay, looking down the head of the flashlight, looks a little bit like the SFT25R, but the bond wires seem to be placed a little bit differently, and also has this 50-50 footprint. What do you guys think? The entire lens system is made of glass with an anti-reflective coating, and the zoom lens adjusts from 6 degrees to a wide 70-degree flood. And you do have this crenulated bezel here, which will help for glass breaking. And here you can see I've just taken off the head. That is the rotation, the zoomable mechanism there. So there are threads and square cut, look pretty durable, well lubricated. Okay, so I've got the ZT40 to the left, and I just want to show you the difference in the LEDs. So you can see it's a 50-50 footprint, and just note the bond wires. And this is the Convoy Z1 with the SFT25R. So you can see the bond wires look a bit different, smaller profile, smaller footprint as well. So I don't know, what is it? Do you think it's an SFT25R? That's on a larger footprint, or something else? Let me know in the comments. So with the UI, it's pretty simple to operate. With the half press, you've got this forward clicky mode, so you can cycle between low and high, and just lock in once you're done. And just rotate the head to zoom in and out. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. All right, so I ran a bunch of ceiling bounce tests with the Brinyte ZT40, and you can see here on the high mode, you get 3 minutes of runtime on high before the light steps down. And by the 3-minute mark, you're on about 40 to 50% of output. I also ran a second ceiling bounce test on low, and you can see here there was no change in output. Here are some tests that I ran with my Audible Lightmaster Pro with both the head zoomed in completely and zoomed out completely, and you can see zoomed out got a maximum range of 82 meters and CRI range from 71 to 74. Pretty high CCT, so between 7,000 and 7,800, just appeared like a very bright white color to me. And zoomed in, you can see I got 589 meters of throw. Pretty impressive considering the small bezel size. And even on low 330 meters, CRI was quite similar, so 69 to 72. And CCT was between 6,300 to 7,100. So some considerations if you're thinking of getting the Brinyte ZT40. This zoomable head uses the kind of twist mechanism like I demonstrated before. It's slower than that push and pull mechanism that you get on LED lenser flashlights for quick changes. I believe that they have some kind of patent for that. But yeah, it's still comfortable enough to operate with one hand once the light is on, of course. And the second consideration is that there's only 2 modes. So you got low and high. I think the low mode is still pretty bright. And it would have been nice to have a lower mode or even a moonlight mode in there. There's also no strobe, SOS, that kind of stuff for emergency use. It does keep the light very simple to use. But for some people, you know, that might be a deal breaker. The light also doesn't have a shortcut to the high mode, so I wouldn't recommend this as a tactical flashlight. The third consideration is that you only get a single color per flashlight, so there's no multi-LED variation like in, for example, the Spiraz TH6 that has, I think, 3 or 4 different LEDs, and you rotate a platform to switch between them. But yeah, those multi-LED lights are usually very large, difficult to carry around. They're also much more expensive, so the Brinyte ZT40 is also more expensive than the Convoy Z1, but the beam also looks nicer, smoother, and it has no visible artifacts. The final consideration for those EDC users is that this larger bezel isn't going to fit comfortably into your jeans pocket, probably be better on your belt, in a holster, bag, or even just in your jacket pocket. And there's no way around this. You know, you do need that larger bezel in order to project a beam further, unless you're going for an LEP flashlight. The added size is also good for heat sinking. Overall, the Brinyte ZT40 is a refined zoomable flashlight with solid performance. I like the durable build, intuitive and simple controls, and it's a surprisingly powerful long-range flashlight. And I do like how even and smooth the beam appears at every focal length. It's ideal if you're looking for an adjustable beam option and a simple UI. The charging port underneath that unscrewable bezel is genius, and it allows for a more rugged design, but still the ability to charge on the go. So you don't need to carry around some external charger. I think the ZT40 will be great for general use, hunting, camping, long-range spotting. It's simple, dependable, and effective. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'll also leave a link to the ZT40 if you're interested in getting one. If you have questions, comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, click the like button and share it with a friend or someone who might be interested. It just helps me to get the video out to more people. And if you want to see more flashlight reviews and keep up to date with the latest flashlight news, make sure you subscribe.
Brinyte ZT40, that's high and low. You can kind of just alternate low, high. This is going to be an easy sort of beam shot test to run. So that's the low mode, and we can just zoom in and check that out. Pretty impressive, even for the low mode. And notice how as you zoom in, the beam is just perfectly smooth no matter what sort of focal distance you are. Okay, now let's pop this onto the high mode. Oh, it's just like a perfectly circular beam. You know, the edges of the beam are a little bit brighter and warmer, but apart from that, I mean, everything else is just, it's just perfect flat light. And let's zoom this in and see how far we can get. Jeez. There's something so odd about these spheric lenses, and you just kind of can see a small area, like a kind of amazing peephole, but then you can see it just expand out as well if you need to, if you need lots of spill. I'll go for a bit of a walk. I'm going to compare the ZT40 to the Convoy Z1 and the Lumentop W2. So this is on the highest mode, zoomed in. Okay, so to the left I've got my ZT40. On the right, as you can see, as I'm zooming in with the Convoy, there's more kind of slight artifacts in the beam. Okay, that there is my Convoy Z1, and here is my Lumentop W2. So let's just look at them all side by side. The Z1 and the W2 are a little bit brighter and have extra range. But they also do have larger heads. The hotspot also for the ZT40 is larger, so more practical, but you do lose out on a bit of throw there. Let's look at the ZT40 to the left and the Convoy Z1 to the right. And we will just adjust the mechanism as well on the Convoy. I'll just show you what I mean. When you zoom out, there are some slight little artifacts, but once you completely zoom all the way out, the beam is fairly smooth. But if we compare it to the Brinyte ZT40, look at the difference. Much smoother. It's probably the design of the lens. That's your Convoy again to the right. We just zoom that in. Now, I'm also finding it's a little more difficult to adjust the Convoy. Okay, again, you can buy probably three of the Convoys for the same price. Okay, so value-wise, they're incredible, but they do look best when they're completely zoomed in or zoomed out. Smaller hotspot as well. And let's grab the Lumentop W2. And the W2 does not have the ability to zoom out. It's just one fixed length like this, as you can see. And it is certainly throwier. You can even see the beam shows up more in the night. But it does have a larger head. It's generally a heavier flashlight, but yeah, these two have very clean looking beams once completely zoomed in. Brinyte's getting a bit warm. The Brinyte ZT40 here, and that's your low and high mode, so low, high. And let's just zoom in on the low mode, right to the end. This path, still decent. That's high. And we'll zoom out. It's amazing how smooth this beam looks. They've done a great job at designing this lens. I'll go for a bit of a walk